Hello, in this video we are going to learn about thematic mapping, that how to create thematic map. So what is thematic map? So thematic map is basically the logical way of representation of your data over the map. Meaning, let's say if you have some data on the map and you want to logically show it with some colors, then you can make the thematic map. So now for this example, I'm going to use one of the data set which is saved in my local machine. So let's analyze that data and then we will try to plot it. So I'm in one of my folder in local drive, and here I can see that I have this file which is called drive test. So if don't worry about it, like in telecommunications and RF industry, a lot of the people know about what is drive test. But if you are not from the telecommunication industry, just treat it as a data, random data. Okay. Now let's analyze this file. We open it. Now in this file, if you see that we have just the names of some of the points, okay, as we discussed earlier as well. So these are just the names, and these names are going all the way till 191. Okay. Now over here we have a long and let, and in this column these are the values of an RSRP. This is just the signal value of the signal, a reference signal. So if you're not, again, if you're not from telecommunication, don't worry about it. That could be any logical number or anything which you want to represent it. So in our case, these are the range of some values, right? So these are some ranges of values. So this value basically is somewhere between from minus 55 to minus 120 dBm. So just think that these are just the numbers, random numbers. So I want to plot this number and show some colors to it logically. So that's why we know where what kind of value is there from the map perspective. So when we see from our eyes, we know which areas are good and which areas are not good according to the number of these values. So what we are going to do is this: we will close this file. It's already saved, so my bad. So I'm gonna close this file, and then I'm try to plot it. So we have to create points as we discussed already in the previous videos. So go to file, go to open, and go to this folder and go to CSV file, because this is in the CSV. Okay, so now I click on this file and I will create it. Okay, so I open this file, and definitely the first line is our column titles. So I click here and press OK, and now this file is over here imported in our Mapinfo. We close it. I mean, it's just for its file is already loaded, so closing doesn't mean that it's gone. So even if you come here, it's tell you to close table, because table is already behind the scene. It is already there, loaded in the software. So now let's go to table and go to create points, and let's say this is the drive test long let. Okay, so just press OK. Everything looks okay to me, and now we will click on this new mapper button. So we see these are the points, that these are the drive test route which we have, and every point has some RSRP information as we saw in the data before. Okay, so now we have to represent it. So now if I open the OSM roads, I can see that this data is somewhere in the New York area. Okay, and on the roads. Okay, so now let me take it off, so to avoid the confusion, and see these are the points. So I want to show these points, right? So I can definitely change it to style. So first I will just go quickly and change it to something good. I think this looks more sense, and then we will color it. Okay, and now so according to the logical numbers, so what we can do is this: we will go to this option to over here on map, and then we will go to create thematic map. Okay, so we'll click here, and on the thematic map we need to select the right flavor. Okay, this is important because tool doesn't know what kind of data you have, so you have to define the tool what kind of data you are trying to use here, and what are exactly you're trying to show to on the map. So for this data, definitely these are the ranges, because these are the ranges from minus 55 to minus 120, and there are, so what the tool will do, it's gonna break it into some of the pieces and assign some color, so you can see, visualize. So let's see. So it's gonna show me over here five sequential colors like this. Over here on the right side, if I go one by one down, so these on the right side over here, it shows what kind of the thematic map it's gonna use. So I can select anyone whatever I like, or I'll just take any for this example. So let me check it, which makes, I'll just pick any of these, because but I have to select it from the range. So these are not the category, these are the ranges on the basis of number. So they're pretty much everything, they covered it. It's really powerful. So let me take the first one, this point ranges, five sequential special. Maybe this is not your first one, so your this one might be somewhere in the middle, so don't worry about it. So this is just my preference, so you can use any whatever you like. So I will use this one, point ranges, okay, and my data will show like this, and then I will press next. And now it asks me that which table you want to use it. So definitely I have only one table open right now, so I will use drive tab file, tab file. And over here in the field it asks me where you want to perform that logical representation. So not on the lat, not on the long, but I want to present it on my RSRP. Because if you go back, if you remember that on the data set which we analyzed in the beginning, the values are on this, in this column RSRP. The header of this column was RSRP. So I click on RSRP, okay, and it also, there's no harm, you should click on it. So this is something where, if let's say if your data is data has some, zero values which doesn't make sense, and you don't want to show those as a some color, because it's going to create the range from zero then as well. So you don't want to show that, because you want to show only the data which has some values into it other than zero. So you can ignore it, if it all depends what you are trying to do. I will just ignore it. I know I don't have any zeros, but I will ignore it for this example. And then we will click next. So in the next, it automatically assigns some of the ranges. So it says that from minus 56 dBm to minus 68, there are 37 points. And this is the color for that. So if you want to change any ranges, you can define the ranges and you can change it. You can edit these ranges, right? You can change it if you want. You can have more, ranges as well. It all depends on you, how you want to play with it. Here style, you can just click on any style, size, color, whatever you like. You can change the color, just click on it and you can pick any color you want. It all depends on your preference. So I will take the default for now. I press OK, and now it's almost done. So this is gonna use this range. So when I press OK, see, it changes the color logically. Okay, so wherever the value lies within that range of the legend, it's gonna show it. Now I want to show it more beautiful on the map. So what I'm going to do is I will open this layer as well. So see, it's actually look onto the map far better now, right? So I can say that map is really dark and this is also dark. So I want to put map as a little lighter color. So what I can do is this, I will go to SM roads, right click and go to layer properties and make it a little bit more transparent. So that way, let's pick it up like 55. I like this one. It's all up to you. So see, I can see the map behind it, but still I can, more focus on my points. Now let's say I want to show these numbers next to these points, like what is the value exactly over there at that point. So what I can do is this, I will just click to the labels, but in labels it shows me the data points. So but I don't want to show it, I want to show the RSRP value of these points, right? So what I can do is this, I want to go right click, go to layer properties, and in the label display, instead of label with DT points, I will label it with what, RSRP. And the thing is this is coming on the top of the point because the point size is a little bigger, and these points, so I will use some offset, like 10 offsets, just to make these things separate so we can see it properly. So okay, now you see that we have all these points next to each other. So if I zoom in a little bit more to analyze it, so see, every point has some data next to it, okay, and we can easily show that. So let's say at this point you wanna, 1 minute, let me settle it down, we put it this way. So at this point, let's say you want to show what is the map legend window, because you don't remember which color represent what range, right? So you want to show the legend window here. So what you can do is just go here and sorry, you have to go here and then go show theme legend window on options. Okay, options and show theme legend window. Click over here, so it's gonna pop up for you the legend window, so you can put it over here. And so it makes sense now that it shows me that okay, this red colors mean that the value must be between this range. This is this range, and this total in the bracket, it tells you the count of the sample points, how many points are there in your data. And also if you want to see the scale, let's say you want to take the pictures or you want to whatever you like, you want to take a screenshot and put it in some of your report. So what you can do is this, you can in fact put the scale into it, which looks really nice. So if you go to scale, I want to put it a scale on the left bottom over here, close to at this location. So what I will do is this, I will select the location like this, so I will select this location, this is the left bottom, and then I'll press next, and it automatically tells me that okay, for every 5 inch I will show you 3 miles of the data. But I say okay, 5 miles is too much, let's say put 2 inches of data as a 1.2 miles. So all depends on you, so I will finish it. So see over here, you can see even the scale is over here as well. So now if you want to take a picture of it or you want to take a screenshot, you can use it. So that's how basically you use your thematic map. You can use thematic map for category, for ranges, so many other options you can use it. I hope it is helpful. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you.